Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex, the Comic Hoarder. Thank you so much for clicking play on this video. In this video, I've got an amazing haul, including a book I just picked up at an antique mall today. I got some books at an auction, books that I found at another antique mall, and then a book from Shortbox that's really going to help me establish the new foundation for my collection. So hopefully you guys are ready. Here we go. I want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of this video. It's the Shortbox app. It's the easiest and safest way to buy and sell comic books online. There's a link in the description below to download the app for both Apple and Android users. Use that link and download the app. One of my favorite new features of the app is the price guide. It's a free price guide that uses sales data. So definitely check out the app using the link in the description below. And thanks once again to Shortboxed. One of my all-time favorite Grail runs is the Silver Age X-Men run from number 1 from 1963 to number 66. And at one time I had the entire run. I had 1 through 66, every single issue. I hunted them down, I bought them, and it was my absolute Grail run. But as my tastes have changed, I kind of slowly moved out of collecting runs into just major issues. And I was able to actually pick up an All-Star Comics number 8, the first appearance of Wonder Woman, partially using that collection. When I saw this book today in an antique mall, which I did a short video or short form video on my channel in regards to where and when I found this, I was just really excited to pick it up. And I thought the price that they had marked $165 was a pretty decent price compared to like what these are going for these days. And so I asked for a little bit less. I got them down to $140, and then plus tax, it ended up being $150. Really excited to have gotten X-Men number 7 from 1964. And one of the great things that I love about these early X-Men is it's Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. That's really first and foremost what is so attractive about this book and what is so attractive about the first several issues in this run. What's great about this cover is you've got the original X-Men in their original costumes fighting the Blob. And then you've got the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants there watching. You've got Magneto, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch. This is really great to see this book, and it's got a little chip here, just very, or more so even almost just blunted. And then it's got that piece hanging off at the top. Otherwise, it's got a few color breaking creases there, attached to both staples, interiors attached very well. And this is just a great book. I counted the pages in the shop and it was just really good. Got it for $150. Yep, that piece is hanging on for dear life, and it's already in this Mylar, which I don't necessarily like this archival Mylar, which is basically like a top loader. I like the one with the flap that you can fold over and then secure. So this is very cool. Happy to have this. And I found out that the dealer or owner of this book, the former owner of this book, has several more single-digit X-Men that we'll be talking to him about for sure. There was a local auction with lots of just vintage stuff, and they had comic books, and they had advertised, and a couple of my buddies in the local area were messaging back and forth, hey, are you going to go to this? Let me know what you think. Let me know how you do, etc., etc. And one of my buddies actually went, and he said there is this guy there who thinks he is the stuff, and he is just touting all of his knowledge about all of the books. So I knew that I was going to go flex on this dude. I flexed pretty hard too. When he was pointing out books, I was giving it right back to him. And I knew that one of the covers was a Frazetta. And so I said, yeah, look at that Frazetta right there. That's a pretty good book. That's definitely one that I'll be going for. And he just really started to get like kind of insecure, I think. As I don't even know if he knew that it was a Frazetta, but I was just naming all sorts of knowledge about the books. And I knew that in this auction, what they were going to do was they were going to have you bid up the price, and it was going to be that price for choice. So they had 2 full tables just with comic books sprawled out like this. And so I knew that it was going to be choice. So I was like, I'm going to be the first one to get to choose because I knew which books I wanted and I was going to be the one to get to choose. And so I bid it up to $24. So it'd be $24 every book that I chose. And I was like, I need to strike first and strike hard. Maybe I am Cobra Kai. I'm the Cobra Kai of comic book auctions. Like there was another one years and years ago and I bid it up to $60 and I knew I wanted to be the first one. I didn't care what it cost. I was going to be the first one to pick because I knew which books I wanted. So anyways, regardless, I'm just going to show you guys what books I got. The first ones I got were some of these Katie Keene annuals. So Katie Keene Giant Series 5th issue. I just wanted some of these Katie Keenes, and a lot of them were going way more than $25 online. Katie Keene Pinup Parade. Really cool Katie Keene book. There was a ton of Katie Keene books, and I knew that some of these had pretty good value. So yeah, that Katie Keene Pinup Parade, issue number 4. These are all from the 50s. And then Katie Keene issue Pinup Parade, issue number 2. And once again, I knew these ones had more value than what I said, $24 to $26. These were the 2 that I thought were the biggest money books of that auction. And I knew that guy had his eyes on him, so I was just going to snatch him out from under him. Sorry to be that way, but he was flexing on my buddy, so I went in and flexed even harder. So the first one I got was from 1950, Bobby Benson's B-Bar-B Riders number 1. Now, if you're not a Western fan, this is Magazine Enterprises, the same company that made the first appearance of Ghost Rider, the original Western Ghost Rider. And this was really, really cool. So I'm happy that I got this one. I knew the guy had his eye on that one, so I knew I had to strike hard and strike first to get that one. And the second one that I picked up was a Frank Frazetta cover, and it's Bobby Benson's B-Bar-B Riders number 13. And as you can see, there is the Ghost Rider, Lemonade Kid, and Red Hawk. This is as you can see down here, a Frank Frazetta cover, very early Frank Frazetta cover from 1950, I believe, as well, or 1951, 52. Either way, I was so excited that I got the one up on this guy who came from like St. Louis, drove 2 hours to be at this auction, and I definitely got the one up on him. I struck hard, struck first, got the first choice, and these were the ones that he was definitely looking for. So anything after that, I didn't even bid because it was just second tier books, not compared to these. So second tier books, and I knew I didn't want them, and he was just going to be stuck with them. So that's what he ended up with. Now on to another antique mall. I showed this in a video before, and I was like, I should have picked it up. And I thought it was $15, but in fact, it was actually $3. This is a really cool magazine. It's called Liberty Magazine from February 14th, 1942. And the reason why I like it, it says Miss America 1942. But below that, the article says, Why Japs Don't Take Prisoners. And I wanted to check this out. World War II magazine for $3, and it's in very, very nice condition. So this is James Montgomery Flagg, very, very famous propaganda poster artist. And he did this one, Miss America, 1942. And I thought that was great for $3. Hello, it is me from the future. I came back from the gym and I started editing this video, and I was like, I need to add one more piece of information about James Montgomery Flagg. James Montgomery Flagg was really famous for the Uncle Sam, like the I want you for service. And so you just see the Uncle Sam pointing to the recruits, or pointing to the people who would possibly be interested in joining the armed forces in World War I and World War II. I actually have an original propaganda poster. I also kind of dabble in propaganda posters. I really like propaganda posters. And funny enough, the owner of the auction books that I just showed, the one who auctioned those off at the local auction, was the same owner as this, and I bought it from him personally a few years ago. This is a beautiful, beautiful piece, and I hope you guys enjoy looking at this. If you ever want to see more propaganda posters or anything like that, I would be happy to show them because I love looking at these. So this is one of my favorite propaganda posters that I own. It's a James Montgomery Flagg Red Cross nurses poster. Your Red Cross needs you. It is absolutely fantastic. And this was at one point used to cover a hole in somebody's wall, but it was recently rescued within the last 5 to 10 years, and now it's in my possession, and I absolutely love it. Just wanted to interject on this video and show this really cool piece of World War II history. Last book up is a book from Shortbox. Now you guys know Shortbox sponsors my channel, so I work for credit, and I finally was able to cash in on my second book from Shortbox, and the ordering process was fantastic. Now this is over a $2,000 book. It was $2,500. I think I got it for $2,250 total. And so I used credit plus a little bit of my own money. And this is what I want the foundation of my comic book collection to be. I want it to be books of this caliber. And I remember DS Comics once saying one of his goals was to have 50 comics in his collection, each comic being $1,000 or more. And I really feel like that's something that I would want as well. And I'll do a video of like what my progress is on that. Now, if you think 50 comic books at $1,000 a piece, you got $50,000 comic book collection. Well, fortunately enough, a lot of my comics, like my big comics, are worth a lot more than $1,000. So this one is just adding to that comic book collection in the grade that I love. You guys will see, this is the grade that I love, and you probably know that. But let's get into this box and see what I got from Shortboxed. Okay, so you've got my invoice here. You've got some really nice advertising for collectors' cases. And on the back, it's the easiest and safest way to buy and sell graded comic books, or just comic books, because they sell raw comic books now as well. And then show off your new comic book and tag at Shortbox. So I'm definitely going to be doing that as soon as I get this video going. One last thing that I do love about Shortbox, or one more thing that I like about Shortbox, is they check out every single book before it's shipped to me. So you order it, the seller ships the book to them. That's when the money clears. So Shortbox is in possession of my money until the book actually clears. And so you're so safe buying from Shortbox. End of commercial. That's really not a commercial. It's just honestly like what I feel about Shortbox. And someone told me I don't find good deals on Shortbox. I make my own deals. If ever I see a book on there, I'm offering. And if they don't accept it, I move on to the next book. That's what I love about Shortbox. You can actually put in offers, and the dude accepted it like right away. So I was really happy about this. Without further ado, here is the sweet book that I got. Like I said, this is the foundation of my comic book collection. This is All-Star Comics #2 from fall of 1940. You guys, 1940. Superman was introduced like 2 years before this. This is fall of 1940. You've got the Spectre, you've got Green Lantern, and you've got the Flash all on the cover. If you look at All-Star Comics #1 cover, there's the Flash on there. I think there's a Spectre on there. It's not a great cover because they're all in stamps, I believe, from my memory, or frames, and I don't like the cover. But All-Star Comics #2, I love the cover because it's the first one where you just see all three of them ready to go, ready to engage in action, and it's just fantastic. It is a beautiful, beautiful cover. So here it is. Now, in the very next issue, #3, you have the very first appearance of the Justice Society of America. And that one is a little bit more significant than this one, but I just love the image here of the three heroes, the sun or the moon in the background, red cover. It is gorgeous. This thing is amazing, and it's going to pair so well with All-Star Comics #8, the first appearance of Wonder Woman that I have. Here is the back of the book, and it's got some nice advertisements there. You can get a diving submarine. You can get an actual gun. I'm sure that was actual gun. You can get some goggles, probably some x-ray goggles, or become a spy. Just lots of different things. Learn the art of dancing. Wonderful, wonderful book. This is incredible. Now, in this one, I was like, is #3 really? I read this book. They're all in their own individual stories. So you've got the Spectre, Green Lantern, the Flash, Hawkman, Johnny Thunder, the Hour Man, Sandman. They're all in their own individual adventures. They don't team up. They don't meet. They don't talk. It's just a great cover. Very, very early All-Star Comics, and very early, nice image of the Justice Society of America. So anyways, this is really, really cool. It's a 4.0, cream to off-white pages. Johnny Thunder and Green Lantern begin. So Johnny Thunder and Green Lantern are now having their own individual stories in this book. And it's an ad for the 1940 New York World's Fair, the first cover appearance of Superman, Batman, and Robin, which I have that comic as well. This is wonderful. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you all. If you're brand new to the channel, hit that subscription button, hit that bell to be notified when there's future videos. Give this video a thumbs up. Really do appreciate it. Share it out to your friends, and then comment down below what you think of these sweet books. This is the kind of books that I want in my collection, just really significant historical books as the foundation of my collection. Thank you all for watching, and I'll talk to you all on the next one. See ya, bye.